Hi everybody, it's Christina. Welcome back to Adventures in Polish Land and happy Friday to you. I am back with the Friday reads. I missed uploading one last week. I have just been so busy with so many unexpected occurrences. I am in one of those times in my life where I feel a little bit like Sisyphus. I am climbing the mountain, overcoming a problem, and all of a sudden I get pushed back down to the beginning again. But it's okay. We will power through. Everything will be okay. It's just a matter of overcoming life's obstacles, which will be thrown at all of us at some point or another. But I have been reading, so let's check in. The last time we spoke, I was reading Housemaid of Dawn. This is by Anne Scott Momaday, and I did thankfully finish it. Wasn't the best reading experience for me because I had a lot of trouble understanding it and finding interest in it, but I did end up learning a lot. And I took a handful of notes on Post-its. Don't worry, I didn't write in a library book, but I put Post-its along the way so that I could check in with all of you. And I actually have to return this book to the library tomorrow, so I should probably make my review video for this one. And then I picked up Bastard Out of Carolina by Dorothy Allison. I am loving this book and I'm almost done. I have about 50 pages left and I'm really enjoying this. This novel feels like a real life story, and I think it is based on the author's real life, which is probably why it feels like that. But it's about a poor girl who is growing up in South Carolina with a big family, and there's so much drama. There's abuse, there's hard times, there's times where she is hungry, and so on and so forth. But I am currently in a very dramatic scene, which is not uncommon in this book, but I am looking forward to finishing this one. It's a little bit of a slower read, but I've never been bored. It's always been very gripping. So look forward to finishing this one, if not tonight, tomorrow. And then I have a long weekend, thankfully. I need that extra day to catch up on sleep and housework and everything in between. But I am hoping to read another book from my February TBR. And I'm not sure which one it will be yet. I have it right here next to me. I'm thinking probably the Book of Unknown Americans. Sorry to shine that library book glare into your eyes, but it might also be Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. I think I might be in the mood for a little bit of sci-fi. We shall see. I did quickly want to mention that I uploaded 2 videos this week. The first one was my January reading wrap up, and then I also uploaded a review of Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, so I will link both of those videos below if you're interested. And then this weekend, I would love to go book shopping. I haven't really gone much of anywhere this year just because the weather has been so bad. I have a lot going on personally, like I mentioned, that I've essentially gone just to work and essential errands, and that's it. I am hoping either to go to a thrift store to check out what books they have, or even our local Barnes & Noble. That is really the only bookstore in my town, which is kind of surprising. Obviously, you can go to different thrift stores. We have a couple of those, and there used to be more bookstores, but they all kind of disappeared. So I would like to support the Barnes & Noble because even though I don't buy a lot of books brand new, I think it's really important to have a bookstore in your town, even if it's a Barnes & Noble, because if that store left, where are people in my community going to buy books? So I am thinking about going there. If you have any recommendations, let me know. I am leaning towards buying The Correspondent because that book has blown up, and I heard about it at the beginning of last year and I really was interested in it, so I might purchase that, but we shall see. If you have any recommendations for other things to buy at Barnes & Noble, let me know that as well, because I know they now have a ton of different stationery and like cute home stuff there that they didn't used to have. And I always like checking out the magazines too, because they have ones from the UK that have a whole bunch of different stuff that you can't get here. So I might want to check that out. But that's really it for me for a weekly check-in. If I do buy any books, I will haul them in next week's Friday reads. I also would love to hear if you are watching the Winter Olympics, because I love watching the Olympics. I find it so fascinating, all of the different sports they have. Of course, one of my favorites is figure skating, so I've been enjoying that. But all the different types of skiing too has been very interesting. It is sometimes really weird to think about how they came up with these very specific sports with very specific times and all the rules that go along with each one. I find it very interesting to learn about and very fun and entertaining to watch. So be sure to let me know in the comments if you're watching the Olympics as well. It's currently the All-Star break for the NBA, so no Celtics games over this long weekend, but I will be cheering Jaylen Brown on as he starts for the first time in the NBA All-Star game. I hope you have a wonderful, safe, and healthy weekend. Stay warm if you are in a very cold climate like I am, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.